I want you to listen.
Hey! Let's just not do this again. We're missing something. I feel like maybe we shouldn't be doing this again. Let me go and switch this thing out right here. Better. Hey, what's going on, gamers? This is Doctorredstone signing in to another episode of the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be going over Heroic Mode. Now, first and foremost, this is going to be Heroic Mode for the bare basic beginners. Man, I've been talking to a couple people on Line App and over on Discord, and they're having a bunch of trouble. Make sure to watch this video all the way through and put your tips down in the comment section below. We're going to be going over 5 different tips, things, whatever you guys want to call it. We're also going to be going over 5 different tricks. Let's jump on into it. Alrighty, gamers, and jumping on into this one, we do have first and foremost, I want to talk about getting to level 100 as soon as possible. Maybe you started the game just a few days ago. Make sure and grind out as much as possible. How you guys are going to go ahead and do it is you want to first and foremost go all the way through the stages and beat the Dark Prince. If you don't beat the Dark Prince, you're not going to be able to get into this Heroic Mode. Heroic Mode starts on one Tuesday, ends on the next Tuesday, and starts again. So there is 1 week in lapse when it comes to Heroic Mode. So make sure and take that time and that opportune moment to grind through the stage as much as possible. If you didn't know, Kingdom of Darkness on the Epic stage is going to give you the maximum amount of XP. So make sure and take advantage of that. If you can't do that, or if you're not in Heroic Mode, maybe use your friends to go through. Add that stage, add a friend. Hey, no reason not to. Now you've got to level 100, you've gotten the maximum amount of HP involved in the game on your main night without ring, without amulet. Next, we're going to talk about friends, but I must mention right now, your friend's health depends on your main knight's health. So if you take your main knight and it's got 607, and you've got a friend that has a brand new spirit armor with 1700 plus HP, but you only have 607, you don't have a ring and amulet that adds HP, well, guess what? Your friend's HP is going to be reduced a whole bunch, and it's not going to work out well for you. So make sure and keep that one in mind. If you guys don't have strong friends, well, let me go and show you a couple different tricks that I did in the game early on to go and get my friends list way up there and make sure I had strong friends. Make sure and go into Heroic Mode. Jump on over to Leaderboards. Now you have the Novice, Intermediate, and Hardcore. Obviously the top 20 to 50 players are going to get friends requests all the time. Heck, I still do it. So make sure and add friends from 50 all the way down to 100. If you do it on Novice, Intermediate, and Hardcore stages, that's 150 friends requests that you just put out there, and maybe even 10% just kind of reach back to you. That's 15 people. More than likely, hey, they might have the new Spirit exclusive. They're probably going to have pretty good armors if they're top 100. Also, don't forget about Arena and Epic boss battles. You can go through those stages and add those people as well. Next up, I want to talk about gems. I'm only going to talk about it for just a few minutes. You want to make sure and watch gem videos every single day. There's 30 videos that are available to you. Make sure and watch those videos. Early on in Heroic Mode, it might be a little bit worthwhile to go ahead and spend some gems to make sure you guys grab those armors. Obviously, later on in the game, you're going to want to save those gems and maybe go on top war runs. Making sure you guys save up for seasonals or exclusives. And then after a while, maybe getting a couple of seasonals or exclusives. You guys don't want to spend those on raids. Next up, we're going to go and talk about pets. Now, you've just started the game, so you don't have something called Shatter Shield, which if you have that opportune moment to go ahead and grab it, make sure and do so. That ability is so overpowering in the game right now that I think they're going to have to knock that thing back. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I know that they're not releasing new Shatter Shield pets in the game as of the last whole bunch of months. Okay, so if you do have the opportune moment to go ahead and grab one of those, probably do so. Now, speaking of abilities that you can grab, I know that there's a couple different ones out there. There's Death Blow, there's Revenge Strike, there's Special Regen, and there's Elemental Weakness. I might have missed one. The two that you guys are going to want to make sure and know for a fact or see if you have is Death Blow or Elemental Weakness. These are going to help you tremendously when going through Heroic Mode stages, especially early on. Death Blow is going to be good for raids because it's going to give you a big boost on your hitting ability, which right now, let's be honest, you guys probably aren't that good. Hey, I've been playing the game for years and neither am I. Elemental Weakness is also going to help you because it's going to reduce the amount of damage that you're going to get when going through those Heroic Mode stages. So make sure and see if you guys can find one of the pets that have Death Blow or another one that has Elemental Weakness. Last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about your armors. Armors are not really anything crazy, especially if you're going for the standard version of Heroic Mode. It's really, really easy to have your friends carry you from start to finish when it comes to the first 6 stages, and also the ring and the amulet. So armors, realistically, make sure you're saving up those gems to go ahead and grab a war armor. Once you get one really good one, you're easily able to go ahead and get through Heroic Mode. Then you could potentially move on to the plus version, and then realistically you get a couple of those plus versions and you probably won't need Heroic Mode anymore. Then we can talk about grinding out for keys, but that's not in this video. That's for another time. 5 tricks that I want to go ahead and make sure and go over in this video. First and foremost is the one that I don't think I've heard anybody else talk about. I think this is a Doctorredstone exclusive, but it's using 89 friends in the full week of Heroic Mode. If you don't know how, well, I'll tell you. First things first, Heroic Mode starts at 11 a.m. for me on a Tuesday. So that means Monday, about 18 hours before Heroic Mode starts for me, I'm going to go ahead and use one friend. Friends takes about 23 hours for them to relapse and for you to be able to use 10 more friends. Meaning that if I use those 9 friends at the start of Heroic Mode, 2 hours into Heroic Mode, I'm going to have another set of 10. If you continue that over the 7-day cycle, you're able to use 10 friends every single day, 9 extra friends on the first day, and 10 more friends before Heroic Mode elapses. 89 friends, if you use one of those friends for all 6 of those beginning stages, 8 times 6 is 48 people. Realistically, if your friends are strong enough, you only need one friend to go into battle, so that means they can carry you all the way to victory from start to finish on Novice. Now you do want to use 2 friends when it comes to the bling stages, so there's 4 friends right there, but hey, that still leaves you what, 40 friends to use? Obviously, friends won't carry you from start to finish when it comes to intermediate. That's a different story, but having the right amount of friends or having the strong enough friends will go ahead and grab you a Heroic Mode armor even on day, well, not day 1 because you still got to beat Kingdom of Darkness. But you guys know what I mean. Next up, I want to go and talk about potions. You go ahead and gather those throughout the game, usually from the enchanted chest. And what you're going to want to do with those is take the ring and take the amulet off your armors before you ever use them. That's going to give you the maximum amount of HP without having to sacrifice for using more potions when you have higher HP with ring and amulets. Next up, I want to go and talk about your friend's health. I've mentioned it a little bit before that you want to make sure and have the maximum amount of HP, but there is a trick still in the game as of right now. I'm not sure if it's technically a glitch or whatever you guys want to call it, but if you go into battle and your knights all die and your friend's the only one that's left over, and he goes into battle and loses about, I think 40%. Seems like they come back with like 60% health. So if they go into battle and they get done at the boss and they have 1 HP left, they go all the way up to 60%, which means they're going to start the next series of attacks, or the next wave, with 60%. So if they finish that one again, with 1 HP, well, guess what? They're going to go ahead and go back up to 60% or so and go into the next wave. Make sure to take full advantage of that when you guys are going for the ring. Make sure you take full advantage of that when you guys are going for the amulet. Next up on that one, you can probably use those ones for the silver coin stage and also for the exclusive material stage. But you're going to want to make sure to know this trick. So there's an opportune moment to go ahead and save your gems. When you go into battle, right, everybody dies. It costs you 5 gems to go ahead and revive. After you use those 5 gems, if you use it right after that, it's going to go and cost 7 gems. It's going to go ahead and cost 9 gems. And then I don't even know after that. It probably costs like 2 million gems by the time it's done, okay? I don't really know. But I'll tell you why. Because when I go into battle, yeah, I'll spend those 5 gems, go and revive all my knights, my friends, and finish out that wave. Now, when I jump into the next wave, I hit the X button in the corner, back out of that stage. Sometimes I might even close the game all the way and open the game back up. What usually will happen, and sometimes it doesn't happen right away, so keep that one in mind. Maybe close the game out, go do the dishes real quick, come right on back. What's going to happen is instead of spending 7 gems that time, you're going to save 2. And it's only going to really cost you 5 gems on that one. So make sure to take full advantage of that trick right there. That's going to be absolutely everything for me, guys. Hopefully you learned something in today's episode. If you didn't learn something in today's episode, make sure and put something down in the comment section so I learned something from you guys. If you guys are easily able to beat Heroic Mode, let me know why you guys do it. I know we've been doing a whole bunch on the Heroic Mode Leaderboards, and it seems like you guys are definitely enjoying that. I've been grinding quite a bit over on the global server, so I can't wait to see who all is going to go ahead and make that. Maybe see if there's going to be a couple people that can beat me out. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to smash that like button as it helps me out a whole bunch. Also, do not forget to subscribe before you go. Hit that notification bell so you guys can be notified for future videos. Also, anticipate a bunch of live streams coming here in the future. They may or may not be Knights and Dragons related, but let me know down in the comment section below of a couple different games you guys might want to see. They can be mobile or they can be PC. As always, this is Dr. Redstone signing out. Thanks, YouTube. Peace.